You know, one of these days I'm gonna actually have what I've intended to have on this and on this initial startup screen and actually have a dang schedule. The real reason I don't have one is mostly relating to I have this weird aversion to putting up temporary stuff, even though I know that having the temporary stuff is far more likely to make me produce a finished version than having nothing. Last time we were doing Gus's scenario, and I have my speakers turned up, or not speakers, headphones turned up a little bit too loud. And in this case, we do want to take off everything that we will potentially want to have on other characters in the near future. The red scarf doesn't seem very special, but it's actually a pretty decent piece of gear defensively. Scorpion Tail's main purpose is, of course, the additional SP enhance, but it loses out when you compare it to like the Coral Ring. I believe the Coral Ring has better defensive stats, and there's some other water tools that are just straight up better. I mean, we're actually doing really well for water tools, which is kind of weird. Actually, you know something? I'm going to... I don't think I'll want it in the future, but just in case I do... And here, what I'm trying to basically do is make a quick look around, see if there's anything that I would want to drop on people just to save. I have access to breaking stuff, so that's also a possibility. One thing that is an issue is I don't think I have access to an equip reclaimer here. That would be the ideal, but I don't think I have access to one. Oh, and just to show off Gus real quick, at 40, he's still really not bad. A lot of that is having the 53 strength sword, but nobody grows sword as quick as he does. Few people grow HP or WP as quick as he does, so... While long-term, if he was present for the final scenarios, he would be kinda weak owing to the lack of spell arts. He wouldn't be as weak as, you know, he is in comparison to the Will side scenario characters. if he was actually present in more than a few combat scenarios. And the water mirror is interesting because of the simple fact of it's the best shield. It's the only shield worth using at any point in time. And the red scarf, its big thing is it's got some good defenses. I really don't think I'm pretty sure it's the scorpion tails are better than the blue waters. But I'm pretty sure that the scorpion tails are not as good as those coral rings and etc. Oh, I want to drop the dead stones on somebody. I'll put them on Gus just so that I can actually remember. But the main reason that I was hoping to get a Equip Reclaimer is if I don't have an Equip Reclaimer, I will not have a lot of quells for the next scenario, I believe. Next scenario might have a Equip Reclaimer, actually, thinking about it. But it's the scenario after that that definitely does not. Yeah, I think that's good. Let's sort this and we can... Wait, did I... Oh, it's a pair of fur boots on Vent. Since arc stones don't have a huge amount of utility. And if we need them, we can always hit up the Equip Reclaimer. It's pretty easy to remember who has most of this better stuff. Yeah, I think that's good. Keep trying to use the analog stick because of playing MS SaGa. And I think I figured out... Hey, I have the wrong overlay on. Why isn't... Okay. That's weird. Oh, I know why it's looking weird. I have this pushed over. Sorry about that. Now, General's Memories is our next thing. I want to check out... I don't believe Vogelong has any of the things that we want, but... it doesn't hurt to check real quick. And of course, because I waited for a second, I got trapped. But assuming that the General's Memories does provide us with a Equip Reclaimer, we would want to have some empty spots in our inventory anyway. Particularly... yeah, we can't really do anything with this. We already used the... well... we don't have access to a good set of items to purchase and rechip, since Gus can't ever get to the sites selling oak staves. And this is what I mean. I don't know why it occasionally defaults to memory card 2. Excuse me. I was assuming it was an emulator error. I think it's just me hitting a button error. And this is like Johann the Assassin, like Gus and the Pirates, like the party scenario where Gus chatted up Leslie. A secret history, if you will. Something that doesn't show up in the Chronicles until you do it. Which is weird, because Nebelstern's death should show up. I think his death does, but this particular scenario does not. I also really love how the Wide Lord prior to Gus is never given a name. Like, he's not historically relevant, sure, but I mean, apparently he wasn't even relevant to the people that he was ruling over. And this is Nebelstern. Nebelstern is, of course, pretty good, as you would expect from somebody who is relevant to the story in this game. I was really hoping this was going to be in a spot with a equipment reclaimer. Crap. This means that I don't have access to, well, our quells, a lot of our good gear. That's going to be annoying. For a few reasons, really. Yeah, that's the same as it ever is. Yeah. Because Will's scenario so frequently provides access to equipment reclaimers, I had been getting kinda lazy. And next scenario, which is going to be the first of Will Gen 2, it's going to bite me in the ass. Primarily from the perspective of I won't have access to certain things I really want access to. Mainly the Beast Lance and Ice Lance. No, Nebelstern comes across here, and I should have changed his things. I should have also made sure that, you know, he had access to doing some of the hybrid arts, but, you know, I'm kind of dumb at times. Like, I know that the one I want to use here is Water Charge Thrust, but since I don't have a well to do that with, I'm going to, I'm trying to find my thing on the just regular spear arts. Beast Lightning's pretty good. It's not the strongest spear art, but it combos real well. And of course drops their magic damage. D-pad was not being responsive there. Oh, crap. Why the hell is this not a, That's weird. I don't get why this is not a duel. Probably gonna be best to do spells. Well, if we can get through without getting rushed to death. Okay, so let's put actually good pieces of gear on. Yeah, unfortunately, we're still going to want to avoid a lot of this stuff because we simply don't have wells. So I think what I'm gonna do is set him up. What do we need for that? Tree. Probably the snake staff. I think that's probably going to end up being the best. He's not great with swords, but I don't have a lot of options here. Not having access to the Equip Reclaimer. One of the nice things, as I've mentioned before about Bear Crush and Bull Crush, a charged Bear Crush, which is no charged Bull Crush, that was Bear Crush, is very nearly the same amount of damage as the Bear Crush. I got the rare encounter there. I was not intending to stop there. That was super dangerous. That was a super bad idea. For the record, the other possible encounter I could have gotten, and the one that is much more common, is the Griffin. I couldn't remember the exit for this one. Apparently, I just don't remember the way through this area at all. Oh, and actually I should probably, owing to the fact that I am not using SP regen at all, I should probably switch his role over to War God. War God's great whenever you're just trying to do a whole bunch of damage. And especially if you're using hybrid arts, the lack of SP regen in battle tends to be irrelevant. Oh no, you're always at your lower bound, making your stuff do more damage, combined with the fact that War God makes everything do, I think it's about 1.5 times damage. What I'm getting at here is War God is real strong, and it's really the thing you want to have on your strongest character. Obviously, we only have one character right now, so but I mean, this Nebelstern's statted to be fairly capable. Although with his regular gear, regular skill set, he's actually going to be a little bit weaker than most of your party that you had coming through here. The duels do tend to make that a little bit more of a pain rather than... I don't remember how to get through here. This is the downside of this art style. I frequently run into issues being able to tell things apart. Also, in this scenario, we will soon have access to 2 more characters. Okay, I don't think that was the way to go either. Was it? Oh no, it was. After we get to Bogalong. Obviously, we saw Narcisse there. Here we see Nebelstern meeting Sealmer. Now, Sealmer is interesting. Also, you don't need to invite Nebelstern, it's kind of weird. For a few reasons. Obviously, we see that, he has these things. And I was incorrect. I was thinking this was a Quell. But the Sealmer line, which as I forget who it was pointed out fairly recently, might well be a reference to the Silmarillion from Tolkien. It's a brand, and something else gets called a brand and also doesn't show up in the Equip Reclaimer like this. But canonically, Sealmer is supposed to be able to do certain things without tools, and I believe this is supposed to be the reason for that. Of course, why he has the monster sound effect for a lot of stuff when he shows up, and why he can't actually do anything without having a weapon equipped. Who knows? Huh. Since I sold that light spear, I don't have a fire weapon. So let's give him the fire charm. And I believe I stole all of Narcisse's gear, so he will also need some gear. And so Narcisse apparently always acted like an old man. Even though at this point in time, they're the same age. Also, Narcisse is really powerful, and you can tell by the fact that he got to keep his stat buffs from when he was older. And honestly, that's enough. I'm gonna want to buy stuff to break. I don't remember what the best stuff to purchase here is. Probably the rock hearts or wind shells. Oh, and I want to make sure that Narcisse has Firestorm. That's the important thing. Wait. I can just get this stuff broken here. That way I won't risk, once we return, not being able to break stuff. And my inventory is a complete mess right now, that's fine. plans to try to avoid fighting. I do want to show off. Well, I guess I should say I did want to show off Sealmer's combat sprite. His dual sprite is also interesting. Now, Sealmer's obviously not that good with fire. I don't think I really meaningfully showed off his stats, but he's really good with tree and stone. Stopped at the one spot where it actually narrowed up. So Bear Crush does about 2,000 damage, 1,900-ish. Charged Bull Crush does about 1,850. Without the... oh, yeah, this doesn't go anywhere. I always forget about that. I will continue to have trouble seeing where to go for here. This might not kill this enemy. Yeah, I think it'll take 3 rounds to kill it. Holy crap. Well, since I had not saved... I believe that enemy is a rare occurrence there. I had forgotten how powerful it was. It is one of the enemies that's good to proc skill ups with. I believe it has both good flash and good skill learning chance. And I will get... to And we could see there why Sealmer was so insistent on a solo trip being dangerous. Also, we didn't get anything out of the ferry hopper battle, so while we did get the luck into the rare occurrence there, it's not necessary to really go back and do it again. Took one step too far.
Welcome, purple humanoid.
I guess. With the Cinderforge sword, I'm planning on trying to use it, but the... No. Okay, just need to reset the enemies there. With the second generation, there's not really anybody that's good with swords. Unfortunately, everybody in the second generation tends to be good with spears. Also, I don't know why it was doing the pushes if it's just normal attacks can do 100. But this is all fairly good evidence for why we would be probably a little bit better off with Nebelstern with having actual spear quells rather than using the Cinderforge sword. Even with it being a very powerful weapon. The abilities like Twin Dragons hitting 2 skill levels just tends to make them a lot stronger. 3 skill levels actually for Twin Dragons. And since I ran into one of those rhino bugs, who immediately did a 500 damage hit to Nebelstern, I'm just grabbing these and grabbing a handful of rock hearts and heading back. Fire tree. Yeah, I think it's really easiest just to give tree via. Hmm. And so I can just do the ones at the end. Trying to actually do all of the chipping. Even if it's not done the most efficient way, it's still increased circulation. I'm not great at avoiding enemies, but at times I can get pretty lucky. And if we run into another one of those really dangerous bugs, it won't be that big of a deal because I will have quick saved it all during the scenario, so I won't need to do it all again. Oh, that's the wrong way. But it looks like we have been getting pretty lucky with the way the enemies are running. Including right there. That was an odd sound. And this is the last scenario for Nevillestern. Well, it's mostly just him reminiscing. Also, I might need to do that again as I remember. I messed around with Johan's inventory. I don't know what happens if you just straight up lose with Johan. And this has always been, you know, one of the things that it's done oddly, especially if you don't see the secret histories. And this... Yeah, I think it's just because it was loading. And then at this point would be... what, I think they're 9 years older than the last guest scenario, last time we saw Johan. So, 20-ish? You say that, Johan, but I don't know that I left you with a weapon equipped. And I'm pretty sure I didn't leave you with armor equipped. Oh, great, I have you with a rock axe. Perfect. Absolute. And I'm pretty sure I don't have a fire tool equipped. So I can't do the... Oh, no. I don't need one, thankfully. I don't remember what the axe hybrid art is at the moment. And we even get to defend, which is going to be useful because I don't think we have armor on. Yeah. Johann with a blast sword, or really any type of real weapon that he has ever used before, would be really capable here. I mean, really the only problem with Johann for actual use is he doesn't have a lot of health. Also, these enemies have a lot more health than I remember. But even without a weapon he's decent with, he's still not having that much trouble. Though he might go down early simply on basis of he doesn't have that much health. Wow. Did I mess up the combo? No, I didn't. I just got unlucky with a thing not proccing. Now, of course, if you're doing this scenario first time through, it's, well, okay, who's Johann? And even with the one secret scenario, it's, well, basically what you have is, you know that he was a scorpion assassin. You know that Gus saved him. But it still feels like an oddly low amount of information about him. I know that the Perfect Works book goes into it a bit. But, I could have sworn that he got end of battle HP recovery here, but I guess he doesn't. Well, we get to see what happens when he dies. Looks like no change. There were simply too many enemies, and the scorpion poison finally came into effect. One thing that I do like that I've been told about in the Perfect Works book is apparently Johann just worked as an assassin for Gus. And that's why he was the bodyguard, and Flynn knew about him because Flynn obviously also could see through the anima hiding, but most of the people even close to Gus were unaware of Johann's presence. And there's reason to believe that Dirk came back and was killed by the monsters, unfortunately. And that's kind of a combination of a few tropes there. The king and a single knight or soldier of his have a last stand, and the only thing present is his sword. King in the Mountain, King Arthur. There's a few that have that general similarity to them. But Gus's death is also, again, a callback to Nobunaga. Both died at 49. Now, Nobunaga's death was a betrayal by one of his retainers. We are already being set up to believe that Gustav's death is a betrayal by one of his retainers. Now, who can control monsters? Well, the egg can control monsters. We don't have much reason to believe it's off the bottom of the ocean yet. Based off the scorpion scenario, we should probably be led to believe that they can control monsters, but they're assassins. So it comes down to who commanded them to attack. And Calvin's actually kinda set himself up for failure here. One of the reasons for it is because he's used to politics in the world of Jade. With Jade, if any lord was to step too far out of line, King Sho of Na would step in and bring the full force of the overwhelming power of the area down on you. Gustav was that force. Gustav's dead. So obviously Kelvin's not really in a position as strong as he thinks he is. Also, I only now noticed that while a lot of characters through the pixel art are made to look like they have actual eyes, the Steel Soldiers, or the Steel Advisor soldier, only has whites of the eyes. Also, whether you like the character or not, I really like Cantal's sprite. And Otto is actually making a fairly sensible decision here. I mean, it's very much a dick decision, but... And here we get to meet one of Kelvin's children. And the mother of whom we have been introduced to before, but we're never told about who she is really in-game. Which is weird because it would be historically relevant. Kelvin married Marie after she divorced Otto. Philippe the Third here. Mentally, I was remembering there being fire there. I guess I misremembered. Philippe the Third is the successor to the Kingdom of Finney, thus. Which is weird because he's the younger son. Now, I've gone over this a little bit, but secession in SaGa Frontier 2 is weird. And the one we want to do here is Into the Forest. I don't know where I set my drink down. I'm gonna go grab that real quick. Sorry about that. I just could feel myself getting a little bit dehydrated, which means I know that I should have grabbed water beforehand. And here we're introduced to second generation. At which point I'm going to really wish that I had been able to hit up an equip reclaimer. Now, Eleanor is the strongest fire mage in the game. Patrick is of course returning, and Patrick is still absolutely ridiculous. Raymond's returning. Raymond has gotten a lot of health. I lucked into this one. Now, Rich. Rich has a high sword skill, which might make you think, oh, we should keep him with swords. His growth rate's pretty awful, whereas his spear growth rate is among the best. And with that, he can actually cast Twin Dragon, so he has the important stuff. And it's really Beast Lightning, Twin Dragon, and Wide Swing. Holly Staff is a weird one. Oh, and here we have the Fireflake. Fireflake's a slightly worse version of, oh, I guess I forgot to unequip the green glass. It's a slightly worse version of that. Not really a huge deal. Oh, I guess that would also mean that I forgot to unequip the Cinderforge sword. So I couldn't equip that on Rich anyway. I swear normally I'm not, well, that's not true. I'm not gonna just straight up lie and say that I'm not normally this bad at remembering. I knew I was forgetting something. Now, what's Incineration need? Flame Tree and Stone. Do we have Stone Armor? No, we don't. But... oh, and of course I equipped that Quell as well. And we can see that map again at any point in time we want to, by coming down and using the forest map. So it's southwest, southeast a couple times. But of course it's not really southwest from the start. We have to find some of these things. And I believe most of the encounters here are mandatory. Oh yeah, since it's on a thing, I need to actually be doing the Snake Blaster. That's fine. Snake Blaster is the strongest 3-command art. And is, of course, one of the still strongest hybrid arts. Third strongest I am currently... Well, no, that's not true. Sword actually has some that are comparable. Rich has pretty decent growths in basically everything. So of course he gets nothing out of that battle. Because the game likes to contradict me anytime I say anything complimentary about any of the characters. And this is another enemy that we just fought recently as Johann. Yeah, peg. Oh, actually, I can just do the... Is that our strongest? Yeah. Yeah, land kraken and a peg. I mean, at least the land kraken name kind of makes some sense, but... I think that was the majority of the people we have getting their least likely drops, or increases. Oh, it is a spider, but the name of it is Land Kraken. I think it's this set of enemies. Oh no, this is a weird rhino again. I always forget that incineration has a death blow effect. Because almost nothing you want to use it against is weak to death blow. Yeah, here's another one. But yeah, see, the spider is called Land Kraken. Just like the other thing's called a Demon Seed. In an oddity there, I think we again got the death blow effect from incineration. I can't remember if there's anything in this little small tower. Interesting. so weird having the spear user be the slowest. Then again, the formations are kinda setting it up for that. I think I'm not going to be able to get into that area. I mean, fortunately, nothing is... Okay, that's not true. Nothing but Patrick is using... weapon uses, but... Yeah, I guess with Incineration, the death blow effect just goes off if the enemy's possible to hit with it. I normally didn't have it, so... And of course I was averse to using spells because I didn't realize the lower bound thing. I guess there's nothing in here. That would be a good reason why I didn't remember what was in here. I don't think Rich can say anything in angry Japanese, though. I was thinking this was one more screen away. Actually... Yeah, with its giant teeth. I always forget about it because it's just not that memorable. I don't remember the preferred way to fight it. Yeah. Comes out of nowhere, feels kind of like a mid-boss, but... It hits hard, that's for sure. Also, I don't think I've ever had Raymond be this strong. Yeah, 20 levels of bow is apparently real powerful. And the spectral shot is beast, so it's not even related to his beast level. Yeah. Also, I'm never really sure with this one where to go. 100% anyway. At least partially because it always feels like the map is kind of a lie. And normally I don't remember that I have it anyway, so... It wouldn't be so bad if when it tried giving you maps, they were useful, but they never are. Nope, back to the start. Yeah. I think there's a fair number of kind of maze-like dungeons because that's been a SaGa staple. But it's one of those things of, well, why is that a SaGa staple? And, well, it's because normally those dungeons are being done right when the development team is running out of money for the SaGa game. And of course there's 2 routes for each of these, and... well, based off the fact that there are a lot of places you only ever go to once, I get the impression that the art was the first thing done. The art's probably the cheap side. Both the regular art and the pixel art, since both are pretty well done. And while I love the music, I suspect the composer was getting paid a set amount, so that was also, since it's a composer that's just employed by Square, not a huge concern. Okay, yeah, that's back to the start for all intents and purposes. So I think I want to get back to where the woodguard was, which is down. So I think I lucked into doing the correct directions first time around, and I was thinking that the way forward was a different. Well, I really like the music for SaGa Frontier 2. It's neat hearing something from a actually classic style composer. Since it's really this composer and the Dragon Quest composer about the only folks who were in video games at this point in time that were classically trained. I will say that I wish that more of the SaGa supplemental stuff came over, or was translated into any language other than just Japanese. But, I mean, if I had to guess based off of the how frequently Square likes to use remixes of stuff, yeah. This SaGa Frontier 1 and Romancing Sagas 1 and 3 and the third Game Boy game. Oh, I apparently don't remember where to go here. It seemed to be the ones that they like to use most for music. For remixing purposes. And SaGa 3 makes a lot of sense. That's the Mystic Quest composer. Yes. The Game Boy games were Legends. And the FF Legends 3 specifically was I think not just done by the composer for Mystic Quest, but the entire development team was the team that went on to do Mystic Quest, which is why they share some sprites. Is it right here? Okay. Maybe I was supposed to go down there. I also really like that PlayStation era Square seemed to be real happy to let the remix albums happen. I don't know if those just weren't present or weren't approved or what for prior generations, but I'd forgotten where the second monster was. Huh. I had a window over that, so I couldn't see that. I think it's right here and then down. I don't think there's a second exit there. Wait. Is this where we were supposed to be going? I think it was. Maybe. I hadn't noticed the little path at the north side of the mountain. I was hoping if I moved them enough. I'm surprised that of all things we actually got hit by one of the bunnies. Yeah, this is the tower. so I'd bypassed it. Absolutely overkill for the housekeeper. And probably for that bat as well. Hey, another blast sword. I always think those are going to be fire, even though I know they are tree. Just the name makes me think fire. Well, there's some of the evergreens do, but not with fire. So different type of explosion, but oh, that is the... I was thinking the way forward was staying on the little embattlement bit, path. Somebody's gonna be taking a lot of damage. Recall seeing too many level ups pop up for Eleanor's fire, but yeah, it's already gone up 4 levels. And Rich hasn't gotten enough turns really to get too many. Is it going down as the way future forward? That looked like it was down to me. I love the watercolor aesthetic, but like every other game that's done something similar, it's a challenge at times. Also, it's weird that all the enemies are focusing on Eleanor now. How do I... Oh. Well, first I need to get on the same level. Maybe after we fight the boss. That's the weird thing, is it's actually PS2 that's having trouble. I would understand it more if it was emulated, but... Switching over to PS2, it seems to be having more issues. Yeah, even the colors are very SaGa Frontier 1. Probably Twin Dragons still do more damage normally. Though in SaGa Frontier 1 it would also probably have a weird weakness type. Or its damage would be a weird type that doesn't make a lot of sense. Or it'd be at the end of a dungeon for only one character. SaGa Frontier 2 may have a lot of things that feel like they were cut, but it didn't have to have one of its characters cut last second. Huh. I like SaGa Frontier 1 quite a bit, but I've only ever gotten through a few of the scenarios. Oh, because Rich got slept. both of them have really good music. I'm particularly fond of the music in... I don't remember how to get that. I guess I missed it. Celis's path. Admittedly, a fair amount of the characters can reach the Mystic area, but the Mystic area music I really enjoyed. And I don't remember offhand which one we go to next. This is the correct one. Okay, so wyverns of some kind, and they're apparently nothing to worry about. I mean, with this team, yeah, probably, but... Actually, I'm gonna make a move change that... Could have also had rolls set. Ah. At that spot, he should be going first. Also, I have a big problem with Generation 2 in this game, in that I don't remember any of the scenarios. Yeah. But it's not even like Generation 2 is that short, it's that there's quite a few shorter combat scenarios. Well, if you don't keep going the wrong direction. Also, I am amazed that I have been getting this poor luck with Rich's spear skill. He has, I think it's the second best growth rate for spears in the game, and has not picked up a level. Wait, what was that? Fortunately, these are just wide enough to do a little bit of avoiding. Red ore is, I believe, part of the 3 ore set that I never bother with. And we're long since past the last time we can go to City Night anyway. I think what I'm gonna do is double check and see if I have a better piece of armor I can throw on Rich to have him start doing duels. Yeah, either one of these. Should help with damage a little bit. I'll need to check, but I don't remember if Eleanor gets a real shot to do lap bolts and such. Also, I think one of the reasons why I'm never really surprised that much by PlayStation slowdown is I remember a lot of games, specifically SaGa Frontier 1 and 2, having a lot of slowdown when played on the actual PlayStation, so... And then there was Dragon Valor, which was a... I don't remember really anything about the game, I just remember I got it for essentially free from a going out of business sale. And it ran at like 5 FPS on my PlayStation. Ended up trying it on a PS2 later and it worked. But it ran awful on actual PlayStation hardware for some reason. I don't think that's supposed to happen. I think that may have ended up in a real glitch if I hadn't hit keep there. Yeah, well, I think most of the time the slowdown with SaGa Frontier was in either red or blue scenarios. Blue, of course, because most spells would cause some level of slowdown. Well, most of the higher level spells would cause some level of slowdown. Oh, neat. That's a soft lock. Even better, that is a hard lock. Well, that's one way to say that, no, you really shouldn't be messing around with those items. I think that's going to be it for me. I'm going to see if I can... Well, I'm going to actually just run through that on an emulator. See if that also has the similar type of slowdown. So, thank you for hanging out, Gus. And I'll check that and see if I get better performance out of the emulator. Really wasn't expecting to have the game hard lock on me.